Hey guys, it's StarrySky and welcome to his electric DPS skill point guide. Now in this guide I'm literally going to be taking you through my recommendations on how you should be speccing your skill points for an electric DPS. So that said, let's get started. So on Legacy I have a total of 123 skill points, which is not enough to get all the innates, but I will still show you and tell you which ones to go through to get. So most importantly, the first thing you want to do, especially when you reset skill points, is do not forget to put the amount of skill points you need in to get your movements, because all you want to do is go through your skill points and think, damn, I forgot to get my movement. So the always best thing to do is to remember to get your movement first, before you go ahead and put all your skill points in back for the innates. So then, as any good DPS will tell you, a DPS's most damage will come from all the crit chance and the crit magnitude. So basically all of the main damage for a DPS comes from your crits. So this is what we start with any DPS. We always prioritize the critical attack chance, and then afterwards is the critical attack damage, and then afterwards we go into our main stat after that. But first of all, we always have to prioritize the crit chance first. No crits means we just rely on our base damage. So we get the crit chance and crit magnitude to make sure that we are putting out as much DPS as possible. So for that, we want to go into two-handed to get the first critical attack chance. So down the middle, and then max out a critical attack chance. Now for people, when it comes to me saying like tier 1 and tier 2 to do skill points, what I mean by that is, right, is at the bottom of every skill tree window is there's one row at the bottom, and then there's a second row. Well, when I say tier 1, I mean the top row, and for tier 2, I mean the bottom row. Okay, so we're going to get our critical attack chance, first of all in two-handed, which we've done, and then we want to go into staff. So obviously, down the middle, and we want to max out our critical attack chance in the tier 1 and 8s. And then the final one is in rifle. There we go. So in total that gives us 3 tier 1 critical attack chance. And then after that we want to go into a critical attack damage. So that one's in martial arts. So down the middle. And then max out our tier 1 critical attack chance. Now critical attack chance and critical attack damage are only in the tier 1 and 8s. So there's none in tier 2. And I mean that. And this should have been critical attack damage, I meant, instead of saying critical attack chance. So that's our first critical attack damage maxed out. And our next one would be dual wield. Now in total I think there is 4 of these critical attack damage, or critical magnitude, whatever you would like to call it. So down the middle, and then to the right for that one. And then dual pistols. So down the middle, as always. And maxing out critical attack damage on the left. Final one should be in brawling. Right there, on the left side. So once again, down the middle, and then we max out the critical attack damage. So now that is all of our critical attack chance and critical attack damage. Now we're free to put our skill points into our main stat. Now for electric DPS is might based, so we want to prioritize the tier 1 mites over the tier 2 mites. So first of all, we're going to go and get the tier 1 mites from the skill trees that we need. So for the tier 1 mites, we want to go into hand blasters. And you can see when I say tier 1 mite, the tier 1 mite is plus 20. So this is why we're prioritizing these 4 over the ones in the tier 2 ones 4. We want to get as much stats as possible for our skill points. So the tier 1s first. So hand blasters, bow. Now in total there should be 3 tier 1 plus 20 mites, innates. So that makes the second one done. So it's down the middle, and we max out that. Then the last one should be one-handed. There we go. Yep. So down the middle, and then our last one in the plus 20 tier 1 might innates. Now we want to move on to the tier 2 might ones. So let's go back out. So now we prioritize the plus 21s. We've got them sorted first, and then after that we want to go on to the tier 2 ones. So they will be in brawling. As you can see, the tier 1s were plus 20. The tier 2 ones are only plus 5 per skill point. This is why I said to prioritize the tier 1s for over the tier 2 to begin with. So let's go and put our skill points in this first one. Since I've already gone down the middle and I've gone through and the critical attack damage, it's pretty much unlocked this one for me already. So brawling, and then we want to go dual wield. That's it, it's already been unlocked, so we just have to simply put our skill points into it. Dual wield, and then it was martial arts. Shield. Now when it comes to the shield, we're good down the middle. We want to put one skill point in the precision to unlock the might ones. We don't want to max out one yet because we want to be able to get to the might first. But we put a skill point here because it'll give us the extra stat boost. And then so it unlocks the precision, so it unlocks the rest of the might one. We don't need to worry about putting it in the combo because not many people use the shield for DPS. We don't need the resto or the HP. We want to put it in the precision to unlock the might. And the last one should be in two-handed. But personally, as you've just seen, I did the shield before the two-handed. What you want to do really is before you go into shield, you want to come back to two-handed to get the +6 might, since it already would have been unlocked for you to get. So as you see me going to shield and two-handed, swap that around. You want to come to two-handed first to get the +6 might, and then we would go back to shield afterwards, and then we would go down the middle, put one skill point in position to unlock the very last might one we would need. So then that would cover all might innates. And then we would move on to the tier 1 precision. Now since we would have come back to shield to unlock the might as our very last one done, this would set us up for the tier 1 shield precision innates. And this is the only one there is of the precision tier 1 in shield. So with that one done, then we would move on to our tier 2 precision innates. So then this is how I've done it. So then I would go into rifle and I would max that one out. But since most of the trees have already been unlocked now, since we've gone through them, you can pretty much do them how you would like them. Now with Legacy, I've only got 4 skill points left, which is not enough to do all of the DPS innates. But as you've seen through me doing this, there we go, that's the last one of it. But as you've seen me doing through all of this, this guide will pretty much show you how to spec your skill points. You get the movement first, crit chance, critical attack damage, then you get the tier 1 might innates, then you go for tier 2, and on the last one it will set you up for the tier 1 precision in the shield. And then after that, the rest of the skill points you have left over, just fill in the rest of the tier 2 precision innates. Once you've done that, that will take probably about 140 odd skill points. It is a lot. That will be all of the DPS innates you will need. So once you have filled up all of the precision ones, eventually, that will be all your DPS innates done. And then after that, this is my recommendation, you don't have to follow it. I would recommend that you would at least go back to your movement tree and put a skill point in so you can at least get the resistances. Because the 10% resistance do actually help out quite a bit. You're always welcomed, if you want to after that, to put the skill points into to get the rest of the breakout masteries, which allow you to get some power back from breakouts. But as a DPS, the amount of power you get back from a breakout is so minimal, it's quite bad, to be honest. So if you want to save skill points, just come back here, at least get the resistance, and then if you want to go back to putting them somewhere that might be useful, you can put them in something like HP, because it's always good for a DPS to have some more HP. So that is how I recommend for you to be speccing your electric DPS, or any DPS in general. You can use this build for pretty much anything. So anyway guys, thank you for watching this. I hope this helps. If there's anything that you think, or maybe you have a different idea of how it should be done, please let me know. And until next time, I'll see you then.
Beware my power. Green Lantern's light!